Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at a modified version of Windows 10 that transforms the operating system to look like Windows 7. It's called Classic 7, and if this whole thing sounds a little bit familiar to you, you might remember this video I made back in 2023 that talks about a similar project that transforms Windows 10 to look more like XP. So Classic 7 has a similar goal and it does a really fantastic job at achieving it. I mean, this is practically one-to-one, minus a couple of things that ruin the immersion a little bit. And you'll notice these changes right when you boot off of the ISO, because yeah, the entire setup process gets modified to look like Windows 7's. This was something that previous XP mod did not do. Now, of course, there are some minor differences. For example, we don't even get any license terms presented to us here. We just get a thing saying that we're subject to them. And there are no icons on this next screen where you choose between upgrade and custom like it would be in regular Windows 7, because that's just how the Windows 10 setup is. There are no icons there. Speaking of, this is not based on regular Windows 10. It's actually based on Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 2021, which is a huge mouthful. And this is that specialized version of Windows 10 that has support from Microsoft until 2032, which I made a video on back when Windows 10 reached its end of life date. And we've restarted. Unfortunately, something that does not get changed is the boot screen, so yeah, you will have to look at the boring old Windows 10 one every time you start up your computer. As you can see, the entire user account creation process gets redesigned as well. However, I have noticed that you can just click out of it, and then you'll have to press Alt-Tab to get this window back. So yeah, the way that this is being done, it just like treats this like a regular window, which is kind of funny. But we'll go ahead and put in my name here. We'll call this Classic 7. And we're not going to bother with a password. We're not going to bother entering a product key at this time. We have those non-licensed license terms again. We'll just accept that. And we do have icons this time here for if you want to have Windows do its automatic updates and all that. So we'll say use recommended settings. We'll set our time zone in Pacific time. That's cool. And we'll just say public network. And Windows is finalizing our settings. Great. And of course, the login screen gets totally redesigned as well. Now, it will immediately log you off and restart the system. There is a post-install script that it runs. So yeah, we have to do one more restart before we can actually start taking a look at it. And here we are back on the desktop, and yeah, as you can see, it just looks fantastic. So there is this Welcome to Classic 7 icon on the desktop. Oh yeah, it also lets us know we're not running a genuine copy of Windows. We'll just ignore that for now. So there's a few things in here. You've got a changelog. As of me recording this video, the current version is release candidate 1.5, so obviously this stuff can change in the future. There's a list of current issues, and there is a credits section, because Classic 7 is essentially a project made up of other projects that all work together to achieve the Windows 7 look. So you have a list of all the developers of the various components used in this mod. Going into the start menu, we've got proper animations and icons as we mouse over all the options on the right side. We've got, of course, your list of recently opened programs, which will populate in here. We have all programs. We can search in here and also launch applications. So we've got WinVer, for instance. It will identify the operating system with Windows 7's NT version and build number, and that is actually the same case in the system properties as well. In fact, the only place that I've been able to find where it actually will give you the real version number is in CMD. So if we type in ver, it will, of course, give up the real version number there, but not up here. And if you open up system information, it will in here specify the correct version number and build, but it calls the OS Microsoft Windows 7 Ultimate. Now, I do want to show you a couple of applications that are a little bit more exciting than those. We've got Windows Media Center. This was a feature in Windows 7. It was removed at some point, and it's not in Windows 10 anymore. Now, I was never a big user of this back when I used Vista in Windows 7, but if you're a fan of the Frutiger Arrow design style, this would just be fantastic to use to play your music and your movies. Obviously, I don't have anything set up yet, but it will pull in, just your like sample music and stuff. So yeah, we can view your album art, we can sort by artists and genres and all of that good stuff. It's a really cool looking program. So we got that in here. We can go back back into all programs, we have the regular Windows Media Player, we've got Windows DVD Maker, Windows Fax and Scan, really exciting. And then we have Internet Explorer, or at least what appears to be Internet Explorer, because we'll take a look at this. We got Mozilla Firefox. Yeah, this is actually a reskinned version of Firefox. It's a project called BeautyFox, and I mean, as you can probably tell, it gives Mozilla Firefox an Internet Explorer 9 look. So we've got a custom new tab page here. We can go to like my YouTube channel and have it actually load everything properly, since this is a modern web browser under the hood. So we can play videos and browse the modern web, and you know, you can still get to your Firefox settings. Everything has kind of been remapped. So like if you go to the settings cog over here, we can go to internet options and it will bring up the Firefox preferences thing. We can print a page from there as well. That works and is mapped correctly to open up the print dialog. We can make it full screen. We'll just go ahead and get out of that. The one thing that really helps to keep up the ruse is when you go to About Internet Explorer, it will bring up an Internet Explorer 9 version dialog, which I think is a pretty nice touch. Now, what's interesting is the regular Internet Explorer, like from Windows 7, is in here. If you go into C, Program Files, Internet Explorer, there's iExplore.exe, and yeah, it's Internet Explorer. So you could really use this, like if you absolutely wanted to for some reason. A couple other cool things, something that's really exciting for me. We got the Windows 7 games on here, so we can open up a round of Solitaire and get this going. You saw we have Chess Titans in there as well, which is something that, oh my gosh, I spent a lot of time on this back when I got a computer that came with Windows 7. So yeah, they are here, they work perfectly. Another really cool thing we've got are the gadgets. So we can open up the gadget gallery, we can load in the clock or the CPU meter, the calendar, the picture puzzle. We can get all of these if we really want, and just, you know, bring them here and just flood our desktop with them. They all work except the weather widget here. I don't think this works anymore because, you know, whatever API that it uses. Let's try to put in New York. Oh, it's already set to that up here. And yeah, it wasn't able to find the location. So yeah, this just doesn't work anymore, which is not immersion breaking because that's exactly how it is in Windows 7. This gadget doesn't work either because I believe these are just literally the gadgets taken over from Windows 7. They might have been modified a little bit to get them working in Windows 10 here. But yeah, I mean, they're all here. They work great, and that's pretty awesome. In fact, the only thing that I've noticed that really breaks the immersion are the window animations for like minimizing stuff to the taskbar, and this is something that is mentioned on the page where you download this from. But in Windows 10, when you minimize something, it kind of just does this fade out effect, and you know, the entire window just doesn't shrink in size, but it just moves down to the taskbar and eventually fades away. Whereas in Windows 7, when you minimize something, you see it kind of like takes the whole window and shrinks it gradually as it goes down to the taskbar. So that does not happen in Classic 7. So that is a giveaway that this isn't actually the operating system that you think it is. But from what I've been able to tell, everything else visually is exactly the way you would expect it to be. We even have, if we go into the personalization options, all of the default arrow themes that come with Windows 7, complete with the sound effects and everything. So yeah, it is overall a really, really impressive project, and I just wanted to make this video because I had gotten some suggestions to take a look at this. This is not really anything new, but you know, I thought it would be something a little bit different than at least the content that we've been making recently. Now, regarding a download link, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to provide that because I've had issues with doing so in the past. So I'll have to direct you to whatever your favorite search engine is. But that is going to wrap it up for this much shorter video, at least by MJD standards. I'm really glad everything went right for once. If you guys enjoyed this one, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else. But either way, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.